So hello and welcome back to Exploring Kalmandor with Beryl and Onyx, and this week we are exploring the Thousand Needles, and I am breaking out both of my sisters. We have both Beryl and Onyx this week, and I think what I'm going to do is Onyx is going to do all of the above water exploration, and Beryl will be taking us down below the water level to explore all of the cool stuff that's down under the sea in this zone that is possibly the most changed zone in all of the world of Azeroth after the Cataclysm. So without further ado, let's take it to Onyx and we will check out everything that's above the water with her. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is check out Ajamon Ghostcaller's fun little campsite over here. Now, Ajamon is, she's trying to brew herself up a date. Her ex-husband, Tony Two Tusk, is, well, he's had a child with her sister. And she's not all that enthralled with him anymore, but you know what? She will help bring him back to life because she wants to make sure that her alimony payments are on time. And that is a fun little quest chain that I actually did in this week's videos. So if you want to see how that all plays out, watch tomorrow, not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, I think, is when that one will be going up with the finale of Tony Two Tusk. But she also has a little bit of fishing bait over here and a fun little portal and a tent with her own little bed in it. So, you know, she is all set up. She is ready for her date. And she is also set up just to the side of the South Sea Holdfast, so I think she kind of still has a little bit of love for Tony, because this is also where Tony hangs out. He is at the back of this cave over here. He is in charge of all of the South Sea pirates, and we're going to run in and just show you where he's at. He is right at the back of this cave. Bad idea. And these are all elite ogres. When you come in with the quest to kill Tony, don't worry about it too much because you get some nice gold to distract them with. But Tony is right back here at the end of here. And when you go to kill him, if you're doing it on level, it is kind of a tough fight because he goes into his treasure chest and it's sort of a little mini game trying to figure out which one he's in. So that is Tony. He's a lot of fun. You can have a lot of fun back here in this cave as long as you don't mind beating up ogres periodically. But yeah, this is the South Sea Holdfast. It is a den of scum and villainy, I think, to quote Star Wars. They do seem to know how to have a good time, though. They're all dancing, they're having a grand old time, and they do have a couple of prisoners here. Depending on if you're Horde or Alliance will depend on which one you have to rescue. So that's about it for this area, though. Now let's move on. Our next area is probably the one everybody is the most familiar with, and that is Fizzle and Pozik's Speed Barge. Now, they used to be the Raceway Flats managers down below, but now they have built this beautiful speed barge. It actually is pretty nice. If you go back in here, probably the most fun and iconic thing that you can do back here is go to the bar and start a bar fight. Because, of course you can. This is World of Warcraft. All you have to do is talk to Daisy, the only human in sight, and ask her what drink she has and buy yourself a bottle of grog. Now, what are you going to do with that bottle of grog? Well, you could drink it, or you can take and smash it over the head of the opposite faction. They'll get a little bit mad at you, but, you know, details. They'll also get into a rollicking bar fight until the mooks come, you know. But until then, it's a lot of fun. Everybody grabs something. Yeah, a couple of them might be a little dead, but, you know, it's all in good fun. We're having a grand old time. Up. Looks like maybe the mooks are on the way. Maybe. I don't know. There's still a lot of people beating each other up. Oh, that goblin just died dramatically. But, yep, it looks like Break It Up, the Brute Squad is coming. And here they come. Now, other than that, this is an inn, and you have these cute little beds over here, and these cute little beds over here, that extremely creepy picture on the wall, and, you know, just your basic inn. Now, there is one more thing that Beryl will be showing you that is quite a little bit of fun that is actually under the speed barge, but that part we'll have to wait for. Other than that, this is your basic goblin and gnome construction. So off we go to the next area. So our next area is Split Hoof Heights. This is a batch of neutral centaurs who happen to have a lot of oil. And both the Horde and the Alliance want this oil. The Horde makes a, at least from what we can tell, good faith offer to purchase the oil drilling rights, and the Alliance, well, they cheat. And yeah, in the end, I'm pretty sure that these centaurs will end up hostile to both the Horde and the Alliance, but one of them will have you do a very long quest chain that will culminate with you blowing this big old horn, which I actually think, oh my gosh, it's still there. So the creator Humedrix makes some really awesome, or is it Humedrix, or is it, no, it's Krendor that I saw this with. There's actually a bird, actually two birds that are stuck in this horn. I don't think anybody knows why these birds are stuck in this horn, but they are. Now it makes me not want to blow the horn, or maybe it makes me want to blow the horn even more to get them unstuck. That was just an interesting little thing that I happened to see while I was watching Krendor's Pointless Top 10 videos. I would love to do Pointless Top 10 videos, but at the same time, I would hate to be stealing his idea, so I won't. But I will show you all the cool things that I have found. Like this, I'm not sure what this is. It almost looks like a diving board, and if it is the world's biggest high dive. Now, up top, there aren't a lot of other exciting things. There is the Horde area for pet battling, and there's some fun questing with the Grim Totem, where you actually do a lot of stuff with Mela Grim Totem, and you get to, I think, get the favor of the spirits. It's been a while since I've actually done all of these quests, but I have done them all. Now over here you have the Free Wind Post. Everybody here is definitely hostile to you. They are definitely all Grim Totems. Unfortunately, there's also the Pet Battle, who is right in the middle of all of these Grim Totems, but no big deal. If you are into pet battling, you will be able to get to the pet battle area, which I will show you where it is as soon as I remember. You can definitely tell I do not play Horde nearly as often as Alliance, but there is Kayla Grim Totem. She is a master pet trainer. She has some level 15s, looks like 2 critters and a beast type, not too hard to take out. Now there aren't any instances in Thousand Needles, but there is one just over the hill if you want to go and do Razor Fen Downs. Really all it is just a little hop over the hill and you are there. So if you're into doing that, you can find it right there, is Razor Fen Crawl. Now, on the top area, you also have a place that has probably the cutest quests, at least in this area. It's one that I always love, and it is stopping some poachers from killing these absolutely wonderful wind riders. And if you are on the Horde side, you definitely know that you love your wind riders. And as you kill off the poachers, the cute little baby pridlings will follow you around until you've collected them all. They are very, very cute, and then they will help you fight off the final enemy of that quest chain. It's a lot of fun. I like the cute things. They make me happy. Now, a little bit further down, we're going to see that the Twilight's Hammer is everywhere, including here. And they have the Twilight Aerie, that is the culmination of your Wind Rider questing, but there are also a lot of quests that Mela Grim Totem is going to have you doing over here in the Twilight Bulwark. So you'll be doing a lot of questing over here. Now, I didn't actually do this end of the questing in my Thousand Needles playthroughs, because I was just kind of doing the quests that I have the most fun with. And the Twilight's Hammer stuff, it's might be some people's cup of tea. It's not mine. I get over it really, really quick. So we're almost done with our top end of the Thousand Needles questing. As you can see, there's just a lot more Twilight's Hammer going down over here. And I'm pretty sure right around the corner from here is the last little thing I want to show you. Now, if you don't do the Tony Two Tusk quest chain, you might never end up over here, and you might never see Mad Magus Tirith. He is set up over here, and he went a little bit crazy when he couldn't stop the waters from flooding everything in the Cataclysm. And that chicken over there is actually his apprentice Plucky Johnson, who he has turned into a chicken. And I think if you kill him, yes, as soon as you kill him, Plucky will turn back into a human if you don't want to chase him down. And Plucky,
good day to you,
sells a ton of chickens. You could just buy him on the auction house, or you could get him here for only 1 gold. It's a lot cheaper to just come over here, track down Plucky, and buy him from him. So with that is pretty much everything that is up top. If you know of anything I missed, leave it in the comments down below, and I am going to turn you guys over to Beryl, and we're going to see what's below the waves. Alright, so Beryl has her lovely and fashionable bubble head on, and her rocket boots that she got from the speed barge. Even if you're not going to actually quest here, it is worth it to at least open up this zone and get the breathing apparatus and the boots so that you can walk on the ground. Because if you happen to be a miner, this place is possibly the easiest, most chill, peaceful place to get mithril. There's really nothing to fight down here except the occasional remora or shark. So here we are running around looking at everything down here, including the old signposts showing the way to Shimmering Flats. When the Cataclysm came, this entire zone got flooded and massively messed up. It's kind of fun to look at though. So if you're into mining or herbing, both of these are good down here. As you can see, there's mithril, and there's also some really cool ruined centaur villages. I wish that they were furnished. That would make them even better, but they're not. But you know what? That's okay. You can come down here and explore to your heart's content, and trust me, I have explored a lot. You can go in, You can see they actually are still furnished, it's just they're furnished centaurly. Centaurly? I think that's a word. If it's not a word, it's a word now. I declare centaurly to be a word. And like I said, there's actually several rares that are down here, and if you're looking for a good place to get gold for your blacksmiths for some of those older recipes in the classic era that require gold, right here where we are, which is right around the Dark Cloud Pinnacle, well, just actually to the northwest of the Dark Cloud Pinnacle in Thousand Needles, is a good spot to get gold. In fact, the best spot to get gold is in this little cave that is right up here. And I'm almost there, maybe, if I'm lucky. I'm gonna feel really dumb if I miss the cave. It's okay though, because I can just pause and go find it. Alright, I was just a little bit too far north. So right here at Split Hoof Crag, which is where you will be sent to reignite a brazier for the centaurs, this cave is filled with real gold. When you're set down here, at least on the Alliance side, you will be collecting fool's gold, but if you're a miner, this is a great cave to get actual gold. And it respawns pretty quick, so it is worth a visit. Plus, it's just a really, really cool looking cave. I happen to think that underwater caves are the coolest of all caves. This is the brazier that you'll have to reignite for the centaurs. And you can also just explore this nifty little nook back here. It's a great spot if you ever are playing hide and seek with your guild. Not saying that that's something I've done, but it is, well, actually I have done it, and it is a lot of fun. Now, one other thing that is not too far away from here that is worth a visit, if only to check it out again, especially if you're a Horde player, is the Great Lift. And to do that, we're going to have to head back north because, of course, I came too far south looking for this cave. Now, especially if you're a Horde player, this one might give you a little pang in the heart, and that is the Great Lift. I do have a lot of memories of dying on the Great Lift. I'm not saying that I was a terrible player and died to a lot of these elevators, but I was a terrible player and I died to a lot of these elevators. But if you have a little nostalgia and you want to see the Great Lift again, it's right down here. Let me pull up my map really quick. It is right down here, and you can see it just off of Razor Fen Crawl. So, you know, if you just need a little tug on the heartstrings, you can go and stand at the base of the Great Lift and think about Thousand Needles of long ago. I actually kind of like Thousand Needles better this way, but that might be because I have just an interest in all of the kind of ruiny type things that you will find all through World of Warcraft. It is kind of sad to think about when Deathwing came and messed up the world, but you know, World of Warcraft wouldn't be the same if it hadn't happened. Although you do have to wonder just how many centaurs and Tauren died that day as you look at the ruins down here and kind of just think about the old villages that used to be here. Now all that's down here is a bunch of barnacles and crabs, and also if you are into rare hunting, there's usually a lot of them. So if you ever want to come down here and do a little rare hunting for transmogs, I usually run across about 6 or 8 while I'm down here just doing a lap to get metal. Like here's another one. There is Nyjah. Thank you very much, Nija. I will probably be able to transmog whatever you just gave me. But yeah. Alright, on to the next area. Alright, we are out here on the Shimmering Flats where so many sparkle shell tortoises lost their lives the day that Deathwing came, and I am telling you, they do not look good. I mean, they look dead. So do the scorpids and everything else. We've got a couple of ships that wrecked down here, and the corpse of the reason, other than Deathwing, that the Shimmering Flats is now a big flood zone. Also, that was one heck of a turtle. I don't want to know exactly how big those two turtles were. They were much bigger than the sparkle shells, that's for sure. But yeah, we got a couple of shipwrecks down here, and if you take a look over there, that is the whale shark. It's not killable because it died when it crashed through the barrier. Little bit maddened by Deathwing coming, and it is the reason that Thousand Needles actually flooded. It's one heck of a corpse. Like, not gonna lie, that is one big corpse. Unfortunately, you can also just swim right through it, which is a little disturbing. We're not gonna ask why we can swim through that corpse, but you know, we just can. And the last thing that we're going to explore is the old raceway. You can still run around, you can still look at where you used to be able to race. I vaguely remember racing back in the day, but I don't remember it all that well, which kind of indicates to me either I didn't enjoy it or I didn't do it all that often. But yeah, you can definitely see where the raceway was. The stands are still here. The buildings are still here. Somehow the buildings still have whirligigging on the top. Not going to exactly ask how that's still going. But it is kind of fun because you can actually go inside. They're still furnished. At least I think they are. This, obviously goblin by the wallpaper. Little hut here, and then I'm pretty sure, yep, there is the gnomish one right up ahead. Now the South Sea Pirates have a bunch of representatives over here just trying their darndest to loot and pillage, but you know, this is a nice little gnome house over here, and I lied, they're not furnished anymore. And this big old piece of, I'm thinking gnome and goblin equipment. We've got the viewing stand over here. You've got the outhouses. In fact, one of the outhouses has a person trapped in it, which you will help get out if you do the questing. And our very final thing that I'm going to show you, if I can remember which anchor chain to follow up. But as you swim around under the boat, you'll notice that these anchor chains, they actually go up. And one of them leads to something a little bit special and a little bit fun. And I think it's this one. It might be this one right over here. But it also might not, and I might look like an idiot until I find it. That's alright. We'll find it. And then I will show you my favorite secret little room, at least in this area. Maybe not ever, but here it is. Underneath Fizzle and Pozik's speed barge, we have a nice little area. We got a chair, you can sit down, have a little bit of Chinese food. I'm not sure where exactly you're getting Chinese food delivered from in World of Warcraft, but you know, we've got some good Chinese food, we've got some pool floaties, we have a pin-up calendar on the wall, and no real reason as to why this is here, or why it's underwater. Well, I mean, it's underwater because everything is, but you know, this is also part of the speed barge. But I like to think that this is a little goblin break room, only now it's also my break room. So, as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed our little tour through Thousand Needles. It's quite a nice little place. It's got a few little exciting secrets. Okay, maybe only just one, and that would be this room. But you know, it's still worth a visit, definitely. Now, next week we will be moving on to Feralis, which is a huge zone full of all sorts of exciting things, so I hope to see you then. But until then, from Beryl and Onyx and me, have a great week.